Hi, I'm Jordan, one of the Makerspace coordinators for Richland Library. I usually do woodworking, but during quarantine, as many of you have also, I have started getting into plants. Some might say it's been growing on me, pun intended. But I wanted to do a quick video to show you what I learned making small terrariums. Hopefully, you guys will have fun with me making a little bit of a scavenger terrarium by going around your yard and places that you know that are your property. Don't go somewhere else and start stealing stuff from other people. But most of the stuff you can get around your yard, and then you have a little bit of an ecosystem that you get to bring inside. So, look forward to sharing with you. Let's talk materials. The only things that you need to make your own terrarium is a glass container, preferably not colored. I think some might work that are colored, just definitely not the green ones, because that filters out the light for the plants. So, I choose clear ones. They tend to work the best. I managed to do a Walmart pickup, and I got this wonderful glass pitcher. Hold on a second. So, I'm going to be building my terrarium in this. It has its lid, and I can either go vertical and fill it up to here, or I can turn it sideways, and we can do a horizontal terrarium. So, first you need a container, whatever shape, size you want. Somewhat big, because you're going to have to put in all the other materials. So, you have your container. You'll put in rocks in the bottom, about this size. Some small ones, some little pebbles just to fill it up, to allow the water to fall through. After you have your rocks, you're going to, this is the other one that you're going to need to buy, some activated charcoal. So the activated charcoal is what filters the bacteria out of the water, since you're creating a little ecosystem. So that's what allows it to stay clean in your terrarium. Okay, I'll show you that in a little bit. After you get the charcoal, at that point, you will need to put in a layer of dirt with a lot of organic material, so it feeds the plants that you choose to put in. And last but not least, you'll put in the plants. So I really like to choose just some moss that I found around, because I find that it's really pretty. And sometimes I find little tiny plants, and this one I think I'm going to try and do a small plant in there to see if I can make that survive. I'll try and put a link in the bottom so that you can see a whole list of different plants that do well in terrariums. So I'm going to take us on our scavenger hunt for rocks, plants, and dirt. If you're looking for something very therapeutic, rock hunting is wonderful. The shape and the color of some of these rocks. And some have different lines in them. I have my jar of dirt. Over here, I have a shovel of dirt with my two types of moss. I don't know if my video quality is going to be able to get all of this, but you've got this type over here, and then we have this type over here. We have these little leafy greens that are growing in that moss already. So I'm going to try and plant these both side by side in my terrarium. So you can see how I put in some of the big rocks first That way it fills up space. And then after I put in the big rocks, I saw that there were some open gaps. So I proceeded to put in the smaller pebbles so they would fall into those little crevices and create a great drainage system for the water that goes in. I tried to order some of the gardening activated charcoal, but they were out. You can find it online. I found it before. So instead, I got this Aquatech activated carbon. So we're going to give this a shot. This is a trial. But that to say, anything that cleans the water should be able to work. I have a feeling that this might be a little bit too small, but we do what we can during quarantine, so we're giving this a shot. So I like to try and shoot for about an inch. I kind of overshot it for this one, but it should still be fine. We'll just put some more dirt. So now we're putting the dirt in. I got the plants out of like a sandy, dirty place, so I figured I would try and put them back in their natural sand, dirt, with some of the other roots. So we'll see how that goes. And I don't have access to potting soil right now, so we're going to try and break it up. Let's throw it in there. It also adds a good bit of color, which I'm not sure if you can really see a lot of that right now. Okay, got a nice mound up top. So I'm going to try and shake it down. Okay. I think we can add a little bit more. Can you see that? I know it's not really great coloration. But with what we're doing, ours don't have a lot of roots. So, got this, guys. Sorry. Now for our beautiful moss. You can kind of see how the opening is a little bit small. So plants are pretty flexible. So what I like to do is try and roll it. Actually, this is going to be a little bit too big. So I'm going to gently pull it apart. So we should have a little bit of extra. So maybe we can make another terrarium if we want. Set that aside. I'm just going to push them in there. You can see how my hand's having some difficulty. So what I'm going to do is go grab a stick, because I don't have any chopsticks or skewers. And then maybe we'll be able to push that down. All right, I got my 2 sticks. So we're going to kind of pop in here, kind of twist it around, push it down so it meets up. You can kind of see it living it up. We only have this little tiny area right here, so I'm going to pare this guy down too. This is the one with the little leafy greens, so we're going to see how they do. If you are pulling dirt out of the ground, you may want to make sure there aren't any worms in there. Worms may help, I don't know. But you may also just want to be aware if they're in there. Okay. Put this guy in. is in there. So then we get our sticks. We rearrange. And press them down pretty far. There we go. All right. At this point, you can see it. You can see all the fluffy little grass. So I'm going to get some paper towels. I'm going to get out of the rain and we'll show you the final steps. So I had to change locations because the rain got a little bit too heavy. So you might be able to hear it. But we have our terrarium. We have all of the different layers. And I'm still getting the hang of it, so I may have put too many rocks, and I think it's hard for you to see the different levels. You can see the rocks, yes, the charcoal, the dirt, and we have our plants all up top. Right now I don't have the lid on it. So, we have our terrariums. We have all the materials in it. And it's ready to set in your favorite spot in the sun, in direct sunlight, and mist it every so often, every other day or so. And you have your terrarium.